Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar, Adab, Jai Shri Krishna and Jambu Sana to another very healthy living show of mine, which I present every Monday at 9:40 p.m. Folks, life is not living, but being in good health is a living lifestyle that we need to embrace. He who has health has everything. He who has health also has hope. But he who is ill will probably pick up negativity and not have the hope to live on. Let's live a life, but let's live a healthy life. That's a journey I'll be always taking you in every one of my health shows. Those have been tuning in for years on end. I've been doing them on radio stations, on other televisions, on Punjabi channels, and now on a Akal channel, and resonating always information of what passion I have, what drive I can give you, how can I motivate you. You know, promoting health and well-being is my biggest dream. If through this show 10 people pass a message to another 10 of what they've heard, and the other 10 have passed the message on to another 5, and the other 5 probably forgot what I said. But do you know, this scattering wheel of promoting good health is going to be a message from me to you, you to your friends and folks, you to your family, for a mother to her children, for the children to their children. And by God, this is going to be a generation of good, support and promoting this good health through the Maboli language a wee bit, a lot more in English, because I have so many English viewers, even in the Cook Show. Stay tuned in the Cook Show, which is every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and every Wednesday at 8:15 p.m. And I have so many English viewers watching the health show every week. I'm getting new calls to say, oh my God, it is amazing. It is the show that even if I'm speaking a bit of Punjabi in between, they seem to make that and add that sentence to understand what I'm saying. So a very good evening to all my English folks across the globe. A very good evening to all my folks across Canada, Australia, Asia, and USA. Very warm good evening. And where managers in USA and Canada at this time at 9:40 p.m. allow their staff to link up through the internet, and they wear the ear heads to listen to my show. And in some of the offices, their managers say, leave it on loud volume so we can hear it too. I'm so humbly touched that your managers appreciate in, past the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, my health show, and they all embrace it and listen to it and take some wonderful ideas that I'm going to give you, and you're going to use and ingest them. Change your thoughts and change your life. This is what I'm promoting all the time. Positive thinking is the key to good health. The more negative you are, the more depressed you are, you can't move forward. When we change our thought, the power to conquer any disease is in your hands. These targets of health and how to promote good health and how to achieve these targets, like in a dartboard, as you see in my picture, is the show I'm going to take you. And I hope that this evening you'll be able to sit without scrolling, without going on to other channels, be able to tune into my show and Niga Swagat. Targets of health, folks. What are the targets of health? And why do I practice them in my clinic? How do I assist my patients across the globes? Sometimes I have to address the health of patients who can't travel to UK by phone consultation. So those who are in Canada and America, other than a grade 4 or grade 3 cancer diseases, I can do a phone consultation and help you to attain good health through the consultation, sending the remedies. But do remember that the last postage date for the December month and November is going to be 15th of November and not later than 30th of November. After that, foreign countries, I try to hold your products till at least after the first week of November, because the backlog of the festive season, your parcels can be held back for up to 20-25 days, and you'd think they're lost. We send them out special, guaranteed, recorded delivery, trackable, so you know where to track them. So let's go on to the targets of health. What are they? And why do I embrace them? Because I get amazing results, because I remove the toxicity, and I actually cleanse whatever is harboring in that patient's human body, and I give them wise decisions to make in their cooking, in their eating, in their daily lifestyle, in my nutritional support, in my Ayurveda support, in my Nass scanning, in every kind of spectrum that I can give you in that nutshell, in that one sitting, and get the most magical results of recovery. Part of the recovery is in your hands. Part of the recovery is in your mind, the state of mind. Do you really want to get well, or are you window shopping? I can tell who is window shopping in the second or the first sitting. I can tell who's window shopping when they call us, because they want answers. Jida Hakeem India to aande ne, and they leave you with highly toxic cadmium, asbestos, lead, tin, dawaiyan, and bibiyan think ghar de vich ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 300-250 pound cash ਭੇਜਤਾ. They've got the medicine to help them. And GPs are constantly screaming, do not take remedies from India which are not coming from good, renowned sources. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਐਕਸਰੇ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ, MRI ਸਕੈਨ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ, 1.5 ਇੰਚ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਫਾਈਲਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, and you achieve nothing. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੰਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਕਢਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, some are good, some come back with infection, some come up with having not had root canal dealt with and having dentures fitted. Dentist here would not take your case. You need to go to NHS and actually explain how was the denture fitted without treating the root canal. There's serious problems. I have so many medical professional people listening to my shows, and they absolutely love them, because it actually makes sense to whatever they are practicing, or they have read, or they have studied in the physiological studies of the human body, that it's all backtracking, great memories of studying. Folks, education is so important that we have a data recall system in our brain that we can remember what we've studied. Some people forget it because their data recall is so poor, because their memory is so poor, and because their health is in a backtrack. Let me take you this evening on these targets, and what are these targets, with an amazing juice to the end of the show, and I hope you'll all be able to make this juice. Improving detoxification. Detoxification is cleansing and सरीर चो गंद कढ़ना. अपना शरीर अंदरों बाहर ठीक होएगा. अंदरों बहुत गंद है, बहुत पैरासाइट्स है, बहुत फंगस है, बहुत बैक्टीरिया है, बहुत फ्लूक्स है, बहुत मलप है, बहुत स्टिकी सेल्स है, बहुत म्यूटेटिंग सेल्स है, बहुत माल फंक्शन ऑर्गन्स है, बहुत सेल डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन अंगां दे विच नहीं हो रही, बहुत ऑर्गन्स दे नवे सेल्स ही नहीं बन रहे. Lack of electrical energy, the human quantum field energy, is the first protocol point from where the organs start deteriorating in health. Obviously, stimulating detoxification organs. What are the organs that I work with? Would be liver, colon, kidneys, bladder, and lungs. Why lungs? It's so important that you take good air. So important that you can breathe from the tunni. Khich ke saah le sakde. So important that you don't half breathe just from the half rib cage up. Your lungs are a balloon that need oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide. The heart filters in, takes in oxygen, pumps it back out. What an amazing pumping system that God has given, where 8 quarts of blood is circulating and pumping 100,000 beats a day. You know, but what does happen when your arteries are blocked? It's not pumping, it's reducing. You know, and my previous shows, we were speaking about palpitation, we were speaking about dizziness, we were speaking about stress. I hope you follow on these shows and then make an appointment, come and see me for your specific conditions. My idea of doing these shows is to bring you enlightenment, to give you information. Clinic the number है 07886880591. Appointments from Monday to Saturday 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday वाले दिन निकी जी बेनती है बहुत प्यारे listeners वास्ते प्लीज मंडे 8 बजे तो बाद कोशिश ना करना फोन करने. 1 it will not be answered. Number 2 अपना कॉल कदी भी प्राइवेट नंबर ते ना करो. We don't answer it. So we always need a number because if it's on private, पिचारियां बीबियां do not know their mobile numbers. उन कईयां नु पिचारियां बीबियां नु घर दा telephone number नहीं पता. So if it's not on private, we know we can track and trace that call back. Why have I embraced Nass now going 18 years from July onwards? On my 19th year, I was the first one to embrace it in UK, and having understood it and understood Harry Mason's message of human quantum field and how amazing this is. And any flight I take, which is a long haul, I always read more about the human quantum field, and I carry 1 or 2 books, and I kill 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours of my flight time. And I underline more information and I understand more about the human quantum field. It's so amazing. So Nass scan helps me to explore and understand, and it's so spooky that it tells me what you are also carrying. You may be having heavy metal toxins in your body, which could be mercury fillings, you haven't told me. Could be cadmium poisoning, you haven't told me. You've had some dwai from India. You could be having a lot of food packed in aluminium and cooking in aluminium pans, and you haven't told me, but the Nass scan has picked it up. You've had lead poisoning because wherever you were working in a factory or inhalation or water in the lead, like in Michigan state of USA, massive problems about lead poisoning and lead in water. This is where always I'm talking about heavy metals, and I detox them and I give amazing powders and potions, but I'm also talking about distilled water. What is distilled water? Is the most potent and the most pure water, that is the steam collected at the other end, which I then can actually put in the other 64 minerals. I'm not talking about bottled water, I'm not talking about tap water, I'm not talking about filters. Reversed osmosis is good. And you need to still change your filters every 3 months, folks, not 6 months. Punjabis do not use little water. These companies sell your product in trying to keep you in a little bit of a disillusion. Okay, only you need to change it 6 months, but we Punjabis use atta, water for atta. We need to use that water for dal washing. We need to use that water for sabji washing. We need to wash our sabjis with soda bicarbonate. I hope you didn't miss the last show. We need to wash our sabjis with grapeseed extract. We need to wash our sabjis with activated charcoal. Ever use activated charcoal and your sabjis go alive? There is a complete change, but getting the right product. Please don't pick up rubbish. You know, people will buy bad essential oils from Southall in plastic bottles. Do not bargain your health for cheapness. We seem to be enjoying every other luxury in life, of the car, the house, the glazed windows, the triple glaze, the K-glass windows. We should have the most amazing 46-inch television. We must have an underground cinema room, which is a big thing in Ivor for every Punjabi family, going down another 20 feet and creating 20 by 40, a cinema room. I guess they never come out from that dark closet and don't see the other world because there's so much to watch on this massive screen as big as the studio here. So, you know, everything else seems to be of monetary value that gives us pleasure. For sure. It's got to, and you need to, because you worked hard for it. But what I'm saying is, amongst those pleasures, we also need to do what harm we are doing to ourselves. Detox powders that I give are amazing. I get the best, toxins results from removing toxins from people with cadmium, with platelets, with lupus conditions, with Sjögren's syndrome, with sticky tongues, with saliva, with stomach disorders. These detox powders are so great. And a lot of them that we actually make in our clinic and then bag them and pot them are fantastic. increasing the output from elimination of toxins from the skin. One of the biggest organs of the body eliminating detoxification organ is the skin. As I'm sitting, as you are sitting in your fine lounges or your dining table or listening to my show in your bedroom, cozy bed, we are shedding skin. 7 layers of skin underneath are feeding us if we are not carrying toxins, if we don't have heavy metals, feeding the skin if we don't have funguses and bacteria, feeding the skin if we have good essential fats, and feeding the skin if we have good amount of water. And it's the minerals in the water that the vitamins and the minerals are going to help to keep a good skin, a youthfulness, the brightness without having the shine, the pigmentation. I do all that. I do the skin program helping to lighten your skin for women who have pigmentation, for men who have massive pigmentation of liver, spots, even that is, pigmentation of another kind. And body brushing. Why am I saying that body brushing has to be paramount importance? Give 5 minutes a day, which is not much in 24 hours, be it morning or evening, and do body brushing. Brush your body upwards and through the venous flow and taking it out from various vents. One for women and men, underarm pits. The most congested area of a man and woman of a lymphatic system is underarm pits. And then the groin. You must massage and pull out the water to the inside of the groin area, to the pubic bones. That's where the kidney windows are. That's where God has given us every indentation. As acupuncturist, when I studied back in China, I realized that away from orthodox medicine, my God, acupuncture is so complex that every quarter centimeter, at every half a centimeter and an inch, we have an indentation. We have an acupuncture point that reflects to an organ to remove the disease, that if you don't know your points, you can't even assist the people. And you need to go to a clean source, where I'm getting people who have been to dirty clinics, where some Chinese clinics seem not to sterilize properly, and the people have been left with infections and sepsis, and some of these people up to 10 years, 2 years, 5 years are still weeping with pus and have got pattiyan, and nurses coming 3 to 4 times a week to change the bandages. That's how sick these people have become. So you need to look at quality. You need to see that, the place is going to give you something of credibility. Elimination, another massive organ. For these targets, to achieve these targets of good health, we need to look at the bowels. One of the most complex system with a 5-foot-long colon, where I've always spoken about it, I've always embraced it. It was the first thing I managed to go back and study with Dr. John Walker with juice and diet, and brought in the Indian sabjiyan and what they constitute, was what I then embraced and said that's the first and foremost of colon cleansing. In my last show, we were talking about coffee enemas, and that still would be something I'll endorse on heavily. Lungs, breathing. Why is it that breathing exercise, and a word heavily used with a letter Y called yoga, which is anyone who can, and we through Naam Simran and reciting Bani should be able to breathe in and take in air properly, but not doing Naam Simran at such a rapid speed, with all respect to some jathas who take you on such a speed that even you can get a kind of a buzzy head. But doing Naam Simran बड़ी निमरता नाल बड़ा हौली जितो वाहेगुरु दा मंत्र थोड़ी धुनी तो खिंच के श्वास कटदे आ फिर वाहेगुरु सतनाम is when you're exhaling. Wahe is when you are inhaling, and from the belly button you are actually pulling in and taking the air and exhaling carbon dioxide. That is the story of yoga. That is our Guru Sahibs did that, in the 14th century. Why is it now in the 21st century? Oh, yoga is great. Oh, yoga is this. Oh, yoga is that. ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜਾਨਵਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ, ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਨਵਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਦਇਆ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ। ਉਦੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਦੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸੀ। ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਬੜੀ ਵਧੀਆ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੋਚ ਸੀਗੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ, ਐਂਡ ਸੈਡ ਦੇ ਆਰ planets after planets after planets. Go to the California library, one of the biggest libraries in California in the world, on the 8th floor, where you do not walk. They are buggies. The library is so big. On the 8th floor in California, the biggest library in the world, every other holy book has been kept at random. Granth Sahib is on the 8th floor, given the highest respect. And it gives me chills to tell you कि उन्होंने ग्रंथ साहब जो की लिता कि कहते it is the religion of the 21st century. What your guru said in 14th century is what we are discovering as scientists. How great were your gurus? This is the science of today, which is in the Granth Sahib. And it gives me chills and great joy to tell you guys how much respect has been given to that Granth Sahib. It's been not kept in the bottom floor. It is in the topmost floor of the biggest library of the world. So, we have been given such amazing philosophy through the Granth Sahib, but practice is not there as much. Neutralizing, obviously, toxicity is so important, where comes in oxygen, getting rid of carbon dioxide, again through yoga, through exercise, getting rid of heavy metals. Why am I saying that let's go organic, remove the toxins, let's remove the heavy metals, which are the most cancer-causing, byproducts of any cellular mutation, of cancers, of lungs, of skin, of funguses on the tongue, of breathing. And dangerous metals do so much, even up to headaches and rashes. So many things are hidden with heavy metals, and your silver fillings, by God, need to think about that too. Obviously, looking at the growth and mutation of cells in the body, the reason why they're saying now in 2020, cancer will be knocking at every doorstep in UK, where they will actually have a member who's having cancer, a member where they are caring for them for cancer, or news of cancer. We still got 3 years to really change our body. Come and take a proper assessment from me. Come and get rid of these heavy metals. Come and have a proper detoxification. Come and have a proper liver cleanse. You need to really get the full MOT of your body. Once you've done that, it's so natural to do it as a regimental 1.5 year kind of top-up, that we seem to, every 3rd month, seem to get our cars sorted out, and every 6 months, the time digital aa janda clock, the car is due for service. You need to service your body. You need to promote good health and well-being through servicing your body, through well care and good thoughts, and establishing happy medium of joyfulness, happiness within yourself. Obviously comes in the syndrome of so many syndromes that we have: genetic dispositions, growth syndrome, the pinya, which bring in essential fats. Again, these are trying to feed the body with the information it doesn't have. What are my targets today is to support your immune system. It is so important to maximize your immune system. I'm not in all favor for inoculations and live vaccines other than polio. And otherwise, I prefer that your travel time also, you take travel drops from me rather than having live vaccines. Low-grade inflammation is a big problem. Limiting oxidative stress on the body. What is oxidative stress? Is when the body cannot regenerate good cells, folks. It's now in a degenerative state where it's oxidizing, like what will happen in your cattle of lime scale buildup, of calcification, of artery calcification, all these things causing oxidative stress to the body, lack of good oxygen, lack of lot of methane gas in the bowels can also be massively a toxic state in your body. Methane gas is the farting gas, is the gas which is formed when foods that you have eaten have rotted, have fermented, have putrefied, and not evacuated the colon, are now sitting there causing more rotting process. And having 2 to 3 good bowel movements a day, I endorse on that a lot, and I certainly give amazing products for that. Obviously, ensuring diet is rich in antioxidants, and I'm always promoting organic diet. Antioxidants are fighters for free radical damage. Antioxidants are fighters for youthful vitality. Antioxidants stop the aging, macular aging of eyes. Antioxidants stop bone degeneration. Antioxidants do miraculous things because they fight all the toxicity in your body. Let me, with a little short break of water and hydrating myself and hopefully yourself with a good cup of green tea, only the kind of green tea I sell, which is the powder, not the packet tea, take it to the second half of the show. Stay tuned with Manjeet Kaur.